Any of y'all remember when you were growing up wanting to have more people telling you what to do? Neither did I. And unfortunately in Washington and our nation's capital, that's what we're doing. We're adding more and more layers of government. Didn't the lessons of the old Soviet Union, Cuba, China, North Korea teach us anything? It doesn't work. Okay, when we put that kind of bureaucracy together, it just doesn't work. The lesson is clear. The higher the level of government control, the greater the inefficiency, the waste, and indifference. It's time for a change of strategy. And that's not just turning to the other political party either. I mean a new philosophy of applying the will of the people. And that's ConReFed, which is a nice, cute little acronym for Constitutional Refederation. I made that up myself. And the idea is to kind of get with the framers of the Constitution. They knew what they were doing. It says central government down here. All right? Keep it small. Make it do what it's supposed to, but only what it was supposed to. When I say ConReFed, I mean pushing the responsibility of government down to the lowest practical level. The system was meant to work this way. The U.S. military has been doing this for years. I was there when we decided to let the lower echelons, the people who knew what the job was, make the decisions. Because they knew how the job should be done. They didn't need to be told by a general what a sergeant should be doing. With the infrastructure that we have now, communication, computers, all of that, we could actually be a confederacy if we wanted to, if you know what your terms mean. But that's not what I'm proposing. The U.S. Constitution separated the power of government between the nation and the states for a very good reason. Okay? It was to have them do what each one was more appropriate for doing. Unfortunately, the states have kind of abdicated this, sometimes to money, but you can see what the problem is. Consider the benefits of ConReFed, pushing the power of government down to the lowest level. If we reduce bureaucracy, consider healthcare and education. The states know what we need to do. Each state knows its people better. We know if we're going to have healthcare, we'll take care of it. Education, we want control of education at the lowest level. The states know this, and if you're not happy with the state you're in, one of our greatest freedoms is to travel from state to state. Go where you want to be and where they agree with you. Consider things like abortion that are controversial. How about the states decide, and if you don't like the state where you're in and what they believe, go somewhere else to another state or change their minds. Get involved. What happens if we eliminate some of the bureaucracies at the national level? We save money, okay? There's a lot less inefficiency. You have fewer people doing jobs that don't need that many. The people that are up there working for the federal government, they can go back to their states and do their job there. Help those people to do it more efficiently. Or maybe if we get them out, it'll be more efficient. Who knows? If by moving the bulk of the bureaucracy down to the state level, we'll introduce, I hope, a level of civility. You know, how many of you have heard, oh, it's not my fault, I just work for the government. You know, I just work for these people. How about also the temptation for creating unnecessary laws? A lot of people who work, I'll call them public servants instead of politicians, but they think they have to justify being in office by creating laws. Okay? How about just trying not to create so many laws? That's also a responsibility. And when we make our main focus the states, and the national government can focus on what the framers meant it to do. Foreign policy, military, international trade, that kind of thing. I want you to remember the words of Englishman Lord Acton. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. I don't think we're going to get to that in this nation, but I really don't want our national government trying what some bright boy in the Air Force one time suggested we were doing. Thanks for listening tonight.